This episode is brought to you guys by Marley Spoon. Do you ever look at your fridge and think that it's a takeout night? I do too, but lately Marley Spoon has been saving me with over 100 recipes every week, including new 15-minute express meals. They make preparing dinner a breeze. I even made their pull-apart garlic knot ravioli, and it quickly became my favorite. This spring, you can fast-track your way to eating well with Marley Spoon. You can go to marleyspoon.com/offer/wine. Use code WINE for up to 27 free meals. Yes, 27 free meals with Marley Spoon. One last time, that's marleyspoon.com/offer/wine for up to 27 free meals. Make sure you use your promo code WINE so they know that we sent you. This podcast is brought to you guys by SeatGeek. I'm so excited to maybe finally see Tim McGraw in person. Big shout out to today's sponsor, SeatGeek. With 28 million downloads, SeatGeek is the #1. They have tickets for Beyonce, Kendrick Lamar, SZA, Dua Lipa, and more. Look, even Tim McGraw. Wow. You know we came through for you guys. You can use code WINE10 for 10% off your next set of tickets at SeatGeek. That is 10% off tickets with promo code WINE10. Make sure you click the link in the description to download the app and have the code automatically added to your account so you can use it later. Thank you, SeatGeek.
You're hot, but it's your personality and craziness that makes you a solid 10. You can't be everyone's cup of tea or cupcake, but at least you're a very unique cupcake.
Welcome to Wine About It.
Welcome to Wine About It.
I kind of expected you to be like in a neck brace or something today.
No, they don't do those.
Why?
I don't know. I asked her. I asked the doctor. I was like, do I need a brace or anything? She was like, no, it's better to have like light movement.
I feel like that would help you, but I'm not a doctor.
I also feel like it would help me because it hurts really bad to move it.
So what happened?
Okay. So, you know me. I've been learning to ski and I did my 5 days with Fossa video coming out soon. It's going to be incredible. Absolute cinema. And then I did a day 6 with like Ludwig. So I went skiing with Ludwig. We did great. I fell one time because there was cloud coverage and I didn't bring my lenses to swap. And so I couldn't see, like everything just became flat. And so I couldn't tell I was going uphill and I just like fell. It wasn't a bad fall. Okay. And then fast forward, it's been like 2 weeks and I have some friends that were like, oh, let's go skiing, let's go to this different resort. So like number 1, I'm on a resort that I don't know and I'm a new skier. And number 2, it's warmed up even in just these past 2 weeks, you know?
Okay.
And so we're going down greens and they're being really good. Like they're like the 2 of them will go in front and just kind of like scout and 1 will stay behind me at all times, like just to make sure I'm like the kid that like doesn't know how to skate. And I came late, so they did all their black diamonds and stuff before I got there. And so by the time I got there, they were just ready to hang out and do greens and then like whatever, you know. Okay. So we do like 2 greens, all's fine, and then we try to go on this new green. For people that don't know, it's Deer Valley. It's a skiing only resort and it's like supposed to be fancy schmancy and apparently only the rich people go there. And it's where Gwyneth Paltrow hit a man and then got sued.
She hit a man skiing?
Yeah.
And he sued her? That's crazy. I didn't know that.
Yeah, but it was a big flop of a lawsuit because he was like an optometrist. And so he like was like fine. And then he figured out it was Gwyneth Paltrow. And then he was like, never mind, I'm suing. And then he claimed it was something to do with his eyes because he was an optometrist and yada. And then like the jury was like, or the judge was like, okay, like it essentially got thrown out and Gwyneth Paltrow won. Yeah. And this is such funny lore. Gwyneth Paltrow countersued him for $1, which Taylor Swift famously did there was a radio DJ in Colorado during a meet and greet. He put his hand up her skirt and grabbed her butt. And then she sued him. She was like, F that. And then she sued him for $1 just for the sake of it. And so Gwyneth Paltrow, anyway, I don't know why she took this from Taylor Swift, but like anyone can sue for $1 or whatever. Anyway, she countersued for $1 and that was later brought up in a separate lawsuit, or it was brought up during the lawsuit that was like, did Taylor Swift tell you? It was like this weird thing. I don't know. There's a weird link there.
Who's Gwyneth Paltrow?
Fancy like white woman actress who started Goop, the vagina scented candles.
What is that?
It is a women's wellness brand that has been outed for being very, very, very not so good.
What do you mean?
Surprisingly, their food is pretty good. I'll say that. Huh?
What do you mean vagina scented? Like it smells like vagina?
No, I'm being dramatic. But they have
Goop is such a gross name for something like that.
They have Goop hands off my vagina candle. At Goop, we believe in reproductive freedom. Body. No, that one's not. That seems like a good message. There's something. Oh, Gwyneth Paltrow on the story behind the Goop. Oh, it was a Goop vagina candle. It's a $75 candle, and it's called "This Smells Like My Vagina."
What is it? Does it smell like that? For real?
I've never smelled it. It's $75. I'm not buying that shit.
What? Wait, why? Is it so? It's like, is it like akin to like selling fart in a jar, or it's like it's a different message?
So Douglas Little, who's the owner of a Heretic Perfume, we're very close friends. We've worked a lot together. He does all of our fragrances for us. And one day we were smelling different fragrances, and I was joking around, and I smelled something, and I said, as a joke, but I was like, wouldn't that be cool if somebody actually had the guts to do that and name it "That Smells Like My Vagina"? She continued, what a punk rock feminist statement to have on your table. And then he made it. I thought he just made one as a joke, but the next thing I knew, it was on my website. It smells nice. It smells a little bit masculine, actually, kind of woody. I don't know. It's not actually supposed to smell like a vagina. I think a lot of women have grown up to a certain degree with shame or embarrassment around this part. So we're kind of just like, yo, here's a candle that.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Paltrow also told the story of a Canadian candle company that made one called This Smells Like My Balls, and said it was 25% more expensive because of the wage gap. So it's like, it's a statement candle. Okay. But she's had weird things. Goop has had some weird stuff. Like she's done like kind of like just some weird home remedies for stuff that maybe shouldn't have home remedies type thing. But
we should start calling her discharge Goop.
Ew, no.
You don't think that's better?
I don't like calling it Goop. I don't like calling it discharge. But overall, they have a restaurant in LA. They might have a few, and it's actually pretty good.
Wait, what Goop?
Yeah.
She's a candle and restaurant brand?
It's like a lifestyle brand. So it's like health food and stuff like that. Okay.
And the food tastes like,
I don't know. It's just like rich Gucci. People being rich and shit. I don't know. But
all right.
Crap, my phone's down here. I have to get it.
Okay, so Gwyneth Paltrow hit an eye doctor
in Deer Valley, which is where I was
skiing, which is where you were, and then you went skiing, and
Gwyneth was not there.
She was not there, but you're also a famous blonde lady. Therefore, you took a tumble.
I took a freaking tumble, man. So God, it's so stupid too, because I even consciously, it's so annoying as a beginning skier, because you like know the right steps, and as you're making the wrong one, you're like, no, and I just hear like Foss's voice in my head being like, lean uphill, and I'm like, it's too late, when it's like, it's never too late to lean uphill. It is never too late to just shift your body and lean uphill. But okay, so we go on this one called Green Monster. And I'm cracking jokes, the whole time, like with my friends. I'm like, I'm crazy out here. Da, da, da. We go up to the top. We're trying to find Green Monster. We're talking to the guy at the map. He's like, oh, it's over here. I'm like, great. That sounds awesome. And he was like, you're only doing greens? And I was like, they call me Anna Green Gables. He's like, you'll love Green Monster. And then I was like, I always love Green Monster. So I was just like, okay. He was like, okay. It was one of those days. Just goofy, silly, whatever. I'm having a great time. I'm doing great. I have a Gatorade. She's crazy. And so we go over, we start Green Monster. It's fine. But then, and it's a 4-mile run, which is long. But then halfway through Green Monster, you start going through these like shaded areas, because it's on the sunny side of the mountain. So you'll go through
trees.
No, I didn't hit a tree, but there are trees on flanking each side, of course.
I'm afraid of tree wells.
I know. I told them about that. I said, Maya's really afraid of tree holes.
Okay.
And they were like, tree wells? And I was like, yeah. I kept calling them tree holes. Anyway, which they kept going up into the trees, and then they'd come back down on my slow path, right? So we're going down, and it'd be a shaded area because the way the sun is. And in those shaded areas, it'd be like hitting a Mario booster. Like you'd be like, zoom, could it be like icy? Because it'd be shaded.
Like one of the little rainbow track things?
Yeah. So you just go so fast all of a sudden. Oof, so you go so fast in the shade, and then you come out and it's in the sun and it's slush. So it immediately like slows you down.
Oh my God. Yeah. That sounds awful.
So, and like, this is my first time skiing in these conditions. Like I don't know how hard it is. I don't really know to prepare myself. Right. Like, I'm just like, I'm figuring it out. It's a puzzle that I'm figuring out. And like, I didn't learn in these conditions. So like, how do you know? So anyway, I go into a shaded area. I'm going really fast. As I'm coming out, I'm doing a turn to slow down because that's what you do to slow down. I do my zigzags. So I'm coming out of the shaded on a turn. As I come out, I go into the warm on my shaded, but the warm slush literally like kind of sucks my ski under. It's just like, it felt like I just ran into like a bag of cement. Like it just like sucked my ski under. And then so I fall down the hill because as I'm falling, I literally thought to myself, oh, I need to lean uphill, but I'm going so fast. It felt like the inertia was like I was like, I need to lean uphill. And then I was like, I can't. And I just have to fall here because at least I'm falling sideways instead of forward, because the most dangerous falls are forward and backward because like your knees, your ACL, all that stuff.
Sure.
So you need to fall on your sides, ideally on your side up the hill. But like, I just like, my option felt like forward at that time because I'm kind of going at a diagonal, or side going down. And I just didn't have enough control to get myself to go up the hill, which I should have. Anyway, I fall. The problem with my fall is, again, my legs and my skis are like stuck in this sludge of snow. So I kind of just bend in half, land on my head, skip like a pebble on a lake 3 times on my head.
Like going downhill, like you're like bouncing downhill.
Yeah. And so I feel it. I feel this pop in my neck, and I'm thinking to myself, this is going to hurt so bad. And then I lay there, and of course my friends come up. They're like, you okay? I'm kind of like a toddler. They're like, okay, be slow. And you know, one of my friends, he's like, okay, like, you know, flip your feet over. And I'm like, no, I don't want to. I hurt. And they're like, is it your vision blurry? And I was like, I don't think so. I'm a little like disoriented just because like now I'm here. I was there. Now I'm here. Like, but I'm not, like, I think I'm okay. I have a headache, like, and it's like throbbing, you know? So I'm like, crap. And they're like, okay, I think we're done for the day.
What were the vibes when you're laying on the ground? Were you like, guys, like that hurts so bad? Or were you like crying?
No. I was mad at myself. I was like, dang it, like, freak, like, sorry, I didn't mean to fall. Like, I shouldn't have, like, and even they were like one of the girls that was with us, she was like, honestly, that like this run shouldn't be open. She was like, these are the worst conditions I've gone down in the whole season. Like, they shouldn't tell people to go on this run probably afternoon when it gets hot like this. Like, she was like, this is she was like, I'm surprised you made it this far without falling. It sucks that it was like, you know. But I mean, I definitely learned because I didn't know that before. But it sucks. So then luckily we were close to the end. So I got up, went down to the bottom of the mountain. My head still hurt really bad. So we just, we left. And then I went to an Instacare because everyone at the ski resort was saying to do that. They were like, you got it. If it hurts, you got to go.
Okay.
So I went to an urgent care or whatever, and they don't have like CT scans or MRIs, but the whole point is to figure out if you have to go to the next place to get a CT scan or an like if you need to go to the emergency room. It didn't hurt that bad. So I was like you would think if your brain was bleeding, it would hurt really, really bad or something like that, you know, like it hurt like I have no idea, but like, that's why I went. It hurt definitely where I hit. And it was just like a throbby headache. It was like at its peak, it was like a 4. So it wasn't that bad. And then it just sat at a 2 for like many hours, you know? And so we go to the doctor. They do like a neurological test. They make sure like your tongue's not crooked, and they check your pupils, and they follow the finger and all that stuff. And, you know, and check your knee reflexes, everything like that. She's like, you're okay. And she like felt my neck a lot. And she was like, you definitely have whiplash. And you have a mild concussion.
This episode is brought to you guys by Marley Spoon. Let me leave you with this. Marley Spoon is helping me eat better without the usual stress. Over 100 recipes every week, comfort food, lighter options, even new 15-minute express meals when time is tight. And yes, there's Martha Stewart recipes in there too. I made their pull-apart garlic knot ravioli the other night and felt like a kitchen rock star. Plus, every recipe is reviewed by a registered dietitian, so you know you're covered on the health side too. This spring, you can fast track your way to eating well with Marley Spoon. You can go to marleyspoon.com/offer/wine and use code WINE for up to 27 free meals. That's right, up to 27 free meals with Marley Spoon. One last time, that's marleyspoon.com/offer/wine for up to 27 free meals. And make sure you use our promo code WINE so they know that we sent you. That's MARLEY Spoon, SPOON.com/wine, WINE. Thank you, Marley Spoon, for sponsoring this podcast. Have whiplash is weird because you texted me that and I was like, I don't get what that, because I think of whiplash as like a verb, kind of, or not a verb, oh, whiplash, but that's it.
Oh,
not
no,
like it's something
whiplash is
like a condition
thing
that you have.
But I'm also confused because I tried not to Google. That was another reason I went to the urgent care. I was like, okay, I know myself well enough. I can't Google. Because also, did you know Liam Neeson's wife died skiing?
I don't know who that is, but no, I didn't know that.
Yeah, she died skiing on a beginner trail. She literally hit her head and then died within an hour.
Oh my God, that's awful.
I know.
And that's
so I'm
awful
sitting there and I'm like,
yeah.
Yeah, it turns out she wasn't wearing a helmet. I was wearing a helmet, thank God. But now I have to get a new helmet because whenever your helmet takes an impact, you're supposed to get a new one. So I have to get a new helmet, which I just got that one. But I mean, it's not that bad. And she even said like mild, because I was like, she was like mild concussion, and I was like, yeah, but like, how can you tell? And she's like, you can't really, but like, you hit it hard enough that you have a prolonged headache. Because if you bump your head on a cabinet, you usually don't have a prolonged headache. She was like, if you hit it hard enough that you have a prolonged headache, then like we can assume, and you should just follow concussion protocol regardless, because it won't do any bad. But if you like, following concussion protocol won't do you any harm, but it could cause you harm if you don't follow it.
What is concussion protocol? There's no way you're following it.
No, right now I'm not. But I've done a pretty good job.
Oh, okay.
You're not supposed to be incredibly like social. You're you're actually not supposed to talk that much, LOL.
Right. Yeah.
You're not supposed to be on your phone, which you're not supposed to like watch screens. You're not supposed to read. You're not like, you kind of just have to lay there. Like you're not supposed to do strenuous activity. Yeah. So I did a lot of laying and listening to audiobooks and podcasts. You're supposed to do this especially for 24 to 48 hours. I would take phone breaks every few hours because it just felt like I could. Plus I was just like, so, and also like the last time when I got a concussion, like the last time when they were like, whoa, like you got a concussion. They were like, screens are fine. So there's like mixed stuff, but I was like, whatever. I could be on my phone less anyway. And so I was just listening. I listened to audiobooks, listen to a podcast. You can't do hard crafts. You can do simple crafts. And so I couldn't do like a Lego set. You can't do something that takes too much concentration. Mm-hmm. So I didn't do a Lego set.
Like crochet or something. Yeah.
So I did like some laundry, and then I did like, but it hurts to move. So it's like kind of hard. And then I did some baking.
Are you good to film?
I think so. I don't know. I don't know how to tell. I think so.
Okay.
I don't know. I think I'm fine.
Okay. All right. So now your symptoms are what? Your neck hurts, but your head doesn't hurt anymore?
My head does not hurt anymore. My neck hurts so bad. Like I can't, like right there. It hurts really bad.
Sad.
Like I can't get full. Yeah, I can't go further than this right here.
Dude,
it's so bad.
I don't think skiing or snowboarding is worth it. I'll say it. I don't like it.
I was having fun.
I didn't have fun snowboarding. I don't like going fast. But either do you. But I guess you don't have to go that fast.
Got a skin.
I was wondering why you were putting your finger in it.
Ew.
What's in there?
Soy, so it just gets like a skin.
Oh.
Ew. Yeah, I don't go fast, so that's what's helpful. Is like I don't go fast. I like it for the activity. I like the friends. I like that it's like light exercise. I like that it's outside. I like that you can smell the trees. I like hot cocoa. I like those things. I'll never find myself on like a blue or a black. I'm not interested in that. It just sucks because it was like such an avoidable fall too. Like, number one, if I would have just known that that's how you have to handle the, like, kind of go really slow in the shade in order to know that you're gonna hit a wall, you know, going out of it.
That's cringe. Yeah, I don't think it was your fault. It's the results fault.
I mean, that's what all my friends were saying too. I don't know if they were being nice, but they were like really, this run shouldn't be open. And if it is, they shouldn't tell beginners it's a green, because it's not a green in these conditions. And they were also like, it's not your fault. It was just the snow. Like, apparently 2 of my friends like bent in half earlier taking a turn too, but they're like, you know, they can ski black. So it's like they knew how to recover. I don't know how to recover, but so it's definitely my inexperience for sure. But it was apparently just really bad snow.
You should sue them for $1.
I don't want to. But I am just like, I'm filming this, which is, you know, 2 hours of screen time and conversation time. And then I'm just going back to like doing laundry. I got this beautiful pan. I got to show you. Let me find it really quick, because I just can't even describe it. Yeah. So there's this baking store in Salt Lake. It's called Gigi's or Gigi's. I think it's Gigi's.
Probably
Gygi.
Oh, I would still say I don't know.
But I went there before I had my baking stream on. Oh, there it is. It's so pretty. I had a baking stream on Saturday, and so I went there and I bought this. I was just like sprucing. I ended up spending more money than I should say out loud, but I bought this pan. So gorgeous. Oh, it says it failed to upload. Why? Hello? Okay, it went.
Ooh, that's fun.
Yeah, it's like a loaf pan. And so I was like, you know, I couldn't do much. And I listened to all of the freaking yard. I listened to my audiobook, which A Court of Thorns and Rose, ladies. I'm on book number 3 and I'm over it.
Isn't that like spicy, but also people hate it? Like, isn't it bad?
The world building is like great. It has really good world building. Like, it's like really pretty. Like, it's so, the dialogue and the actual writing is so fucking bad.
Wait, so I don't get it. How is that? How is the world building good but the writing's bad?
Like the writing as in like the conversations between the characters.
I see. But she's really good at
the world building's really
describing
good. Like
places.
Yes. Yeah. That sound beautiful. And like also like the setup, like there's like different wars and stuff going on, and like describing the territories and why they're at war and stuff like that is interesting. But as soon as the characters start talking to each other, it's like insane.
Okay.
It's like, shut up. And then the smut is also just like, so it's ridiculous. I don't know why I'm reading it. But I'm on book 3. I'm a finisher. That's why. So I have to finish it. Otherwise it'll drive me crazy. But so I was listening to that. I took a tub. And so then I was like, okay, well, I can bake. Like, because it says you can do simple crafts, which for me, that's like pretty much autopilot, you know? So I'm like, okay. So I do this. I'm trying to make this lemon pound cake. And I find one of my older recipes and I make it. And it is the worst thing I've ever tasted.
Why?
I don't know what happened. I know exactly what happened. It's just a bad recipe.
Oh. Well, did it look pretty?
So I was really sad.
Does it look beautiful in your pan?
No, because I also added poppies in it because I was like, you can't have lemon without poppy. But then the poppy seeds with the pan, it just looks stupid. So I just have to go back to the basics and do it. I just need a different recipe. That recipe is so bad. So that was my night. And then I'm going to do, to avoid screens today, I'm going to do dishes, another thing of laundry, and I think I'll make cinnamon rolls.
Cute. Okay.
So
fun.
Yeah.
I have a confession. I just subscribed to Ludwig like 2 days ago. I've never been subscribed. Yeah, it was really mean. I feel bad.
You don't watch his stuff, right?
I don't know. I feel bad. I'm actually not sure if I ever have like watched a Ludwig video, but I wanted to see how they were doing in Japan. So I've watched, I don't know if there are 3 vlogs now, but I watched the first 2.
There are 3.
Ooh, wow, I gotta watch it. I watched the first 2 vlogs of him in Japan with Michael. They're really good. I'll say it. I watched them and I was like, you know what?
So brave.
I get it. I get why people watch Ludwig. This is a good ass video.
People like him.
I get why people like it. It was really good. And I think that you're right. You warned last week where you were like, they're not very far. Like, I'm checking his location. They haven't made it very far. It's a tall order.
Well, spoiler alert, because I have his location and I'm fine giving an inside scoop and he won't be mad at me.
Spoiler.
It's looking closer. It's
really
looking doable, I will say.
No.
I don't know much, but I think it's looking doable. Which
That's
it wasn't
crazy.
looking doable before. I don't really know how, but I also get really confused because he keeps saying like the northernmost tip, and I'm looking at a map and I don't really understand where that is. So
are you talking to, do you have to call his flip phone?
Yeah.
Wow.
I get a call once, or usually once a day. And it's like our longest phone call has been 22 minutes.
Wow.
And it was when I was ill. Remember I had like the stomach flu, like a 24-hour stomach flu last week? Dude, also, can we just, what is going on?
I don't know. You don't deserve that.
Thank you. I'm having the worst year ever. I don't know what's happening.
And it's not even, you can't even blame it on like stress or something, or it's like, well, it's because you're not like this. Yesterday was just like an accident that happened to you. That sucks. I don't know
what's going on.
I don't either.
But it's got to be on the up and up after a year, right?
Yeah, for sure.
If any of you are a witch, can you leave comments on what I'm supposed to do? Because you're supposed to like leave an egg out, and if the egg turns black, it's like you've been cursed and it absorbs all the curse or something.
I've never heard that. What if somebody's voodooing you?
How do I get rid of my curse? I'm clearly cursed.
I think
what
it's
does
just
an evil eye do?
I don't know. Maybe you need like a crystal or something. Oh, you should ask your Pilates instructor.
Well, I have to get back to LA. Now I'm scared to make the drive. I'm like, will I make it?
You should call her and have her like ship you a crystal or something.
Protection crystal for my drive back.
Yeah.
Holy moly. Did you see the Finneas boys had Finneas on?
You are
yes,
lying.
Bitch. I'm not lying.
I saw
Aren't you devastated?
Marsh posted a photo, like a selfie with him, and I was like, how the hell did Marsh meet Finneas? But I didn't look into it. There's no way.
I know.
Finneas was on the yacht. Fear and?
Me, the only one that actually listens to him, was not there.
How?
Hassan, stupid ass.
Of course. How did he know him?
Hassan sets it up at 10 p.m. the night before. You know for a fact I would have driven back.
How does he know him?
Because he's stupid.
I'm sorry.
And famous.
I'm
I don't
happy
know.
for them.
I'm not. I'm pissed.
What,
if they would have
did you
just given
watch
me a
it?
day notice, I would have been there.
Did you watch
I
it?
think. I watched part of it. I haven't finished. They did a better job than I thought.
Oh, okay.
But they didn't do as good as I wish they would have.
What are they asking him? Are they like, have you ever tried to self-suck?
Hassan was really focused talking about like the current memes and stuff. It was just, I can't
I'm
talk
pissed.
poorly.
I actually can't believe that.
I know. And I told the group text, because I find out the night before, right? And I'm like, fuck. I'm like, Austin, don't talk about planes. Hassan, don't be you. Will, you're fine. And then I was like, okay, one thing for me, will you just tell him that Family Feud means everything to me? That's one of his songs that I really love. And they don't say any of that. Instead, they read the text where they're like, Cutie Cinderella's not here. She said, she warned us though. She prepped because she's a big fan of you. She said, Austin, don't talk. They read that text, not the one where I'm like, tell him that, and I'm like, God damn it. God shit. What? And I was like, I was told, I didn't tell them this, but I was like, they better not have talked about Billy, because like Finneas is his own person, like, like the whole thing.
And they 100% they did.
I don't know. I haven't gotten that far.
Oh my God, I'm so scared. I can't watch it. You have to watch it before. I can't watch it.
Okay, I'll let you know. I'll let you know. Austin did ask a fun question.
What?
So that I saw a clip of was just like Finneas went on this unfollowing spree and it like caused all this drama, and Austin was just like, so tell us about when you unfollowed a bunch of people, which was like, but it was like funny, like Finneas laughed and stuff. So yeah, but
how does Hassan know Finneas?
Finneas watches Hassan. Yeah.
And what, he DM'd him, he was like, hey man, love your content.
I don't know. I'll have to read the messages. Sometimes I've done this. I do it on the pod. I'll take Hassan's phone and I'll look at his Instagram messages because they're just incredible. And like Shane Gillis, who is a very funny comedian, also follows Hassan. And so I messaged Shane from Hassan's phone once and tried to get him on the pod. But yeah, I don't know how Hassan pulled it. It was very impressive because usually he misses his shoots. He shoots and he misses. But
do they at least like hang out?
I don't know.
Or is that it? Do you think he was scared away? Do you think we'll ever meet him?
Well, that's what I was worried about. That's what I said. I was like, please don't scare him away. Hopefully this is such a good experience. He'll be back in a year, or he'll like want to play basketball with you. Ugh, I doubt it.
I want to play basketball with Finneas.
I don't know if Finneas plays basketball. Yeah.
Oh my God. That is crazy.
And like what sucks is like I didn't get to meet him, and they like called me Cutie Cinderella, and he was like, is that her real name? And then Will's like, yeah.
Oh my God.
But hey, I will say at least Will brought me up. At least he brought me up. Phineas said my name. Phineas has heard the name Cutie Cinderella. That's kind of a big deal. Stupid ass name. I'm so pissed that you weren't there. I think I have more hours listening to Finneas than I do Billy. We deserve to be there, not them. I know.
We deserve Finneas, not them. That's actually fucked up.
I know.
Oh my God.
I would treat him with so much respect.
Oh
love
my
and
God.
Kindness. Yeah.
This episode is brought to you by SeatGeek. Need plans, a gift idea, or just a night out? Big shout out to our sponsor, SeatGeek. They have you covered. I've used SeatGeek for shows. It's super easy. I always know I'm getting a deal because they rate each ticket 1 out of 10. Green dots mean good and red means bad. Plus, every ticket is backed by their buyer guarantee. Check it out. There's more than 70,000 events listed, and right now they've got tickets to Beyonce, Kendrick Lamar, SZA, Morgan Wallen, Dua Lipa, and more. And you know we came through for you guys. You can use code WINE10 for 10% off your next set of tickets at SeatGeek. That is 10% off tickets with promo code WINE10. Make sure you click the link in the description and you download the app to have the code automatically added to your account so that you can use it later. Again, that's 10% off tickets with code WINE10 at SeatGeek, SeatGeek. Thank you, SeatGeek, for sponsoring this episode. Enjoy the rest of it. Bye, guys. I got jealous when I saw Marsh's selfie. I was like, what the hell, Marsh? How did Marsh me? And now I'm like so much more angry. Like it was just a little bit. Yeah. I did not realize.
And I missed it. I could have been there.
Yeah, that's the worst part. I hate Hassan. That's so messed up. Literally the day before, you could have driven you would have driven overnight. It would have been sick.
No, I couldn't drive overnight. I mean, I found out at 10 p.m. so I could have, and they were filming at 10 a.m. the next day.
I hate him.
But so I couldn't have driven overnight, but I don't know. It's okay. It's okay. Listen, it's okay. I'm going to watch it. I'm sure they did a good job.
I'm not going to watch it.
I mean,
until you tell me that it's safe.
Let's see. Fear and if I just go to the podcast and I click on the episode, let's just look at some of the chapters of what they talked about.
I don't want to know. What if our Patreon episode is just watching the Fear and episode and like crashing out?
They talked about how they talked about the Spud guys.
I don't know who that is.
They're like these guys who sell baked potatoes. They talked about the Spud guys for about 10 minutes, it looks like.
How long is he up? An hour?
An hour and a half.
10 minutes?
And then they talked about Aston Hall, which is that meme you're seeing going around where it's like his schedule. He like wakes up in the morning, the ice on his face or whatever. They talked about Aston Hall and like morning schedules for about 8 minutes. Then they talked about how their cycles are synced. Then they talked about Turkish barbers. And then they talked about Turkish lore. And then they talked about the unfollowing spree, which is great. We love that. We got to social commentary somehow is what this chapter is called.
I'm so scared.
It looks like it gets a little better. We overthink everything, but that's art. That sounds interesting.
That's nice. Yeah. Okay.
This one says, oh, an easy last question at the end of the show. Let's see. Oh, it's Hassan talking about himself.
Do you think Hassan interrupted him a bunch? I bet he did.
I don't know. I don't want to watch it. I'm so scared. I don't know. I'm sure it was good. I'm sure. Cool. And then let's not forget that they did a Patreon episode as well.
Oh my God.
So let me just check and see. He was there for the Patreon, and it's politics.
Oh boy.
But the comments are saying that this was better than the YouTube episode.
Wow.
But they did talk about politics. And it seems like Finneas was interested.
So you think he'll come on Wine about it and we can talk to him about politics?
I don't. He didn't know my name. He had no clue who I was.
What if we said that we're friends with Hassan?
I think, well, you just said you hated Hassan, so I think he
right now, signals. But normally I would give him like a 6.
Well, Hassan is trying to get him on his stream, so just show up the same day. That's the thing about Hassan. Hassan is never mad when we show up to his house.
It's true. It is. That is nice of him.
So if you just show up, you're just there. He'll be like, grab a mic, and then you'll become friends with Finneas. If you want.
But I have to fly there, and we won't know what's happening until he's live on Hassan's stream, even if we ask him.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. That's how Hassan works. He's
God.
very, yeah. Or you and we throw Hassan a surprise birthday party out of the kindness of our hearts, of course, because we love him.
Say, oh my God. Yes.
And I say, Hassan,
yes.
let me borrow your phone.
Yes.
I borrow his phone, and we invite a bunch of people to his surprise birthday party.
And we make it a networking event.
Yeah. And then we actually don't invite Hassan. It's going to be huge. Everybody show up to Hassan's surprise birthday party. It's going to be incredible.
Dude, we can invite Brittany Broski also. She's cool.
Oh, I love her.
Did you hear her cover?
Did you hear her cover? Yeah. Yes, bitch.
It's very good. And the design for the art for it went crazy. I thought you would love that.
She pisses me off because she's good at everything.
It's true.
She's me if I was just better. That's how I feel about Brittany Broski. She's
so funny.
Yeah, she is like 50 points funnier than me. She is 50 points more talented than me. So it's hard not to be jealous, but this is what I've learned in my adulthood. I decide to try to turn jealousy into admiration. Okay. So instead of me being like, screw her, she's so talented, I think of it as like, man, I just love her. She's so talented.
Yeah.
Which is good.
That's good. That's very healthy. Process.
Yeah. So I do love her. She did forget my gift that I made her though, that one time on Fear And. So that was devastating, but.
What? Oh, you gave her something and she left it there?
Yeah, I made her a cowboy hat.
Oh, yeah.
That big cowboy hat. Yeah, she left it. Surely she just forgot, even though we reminded her 5 times.
I met her on a plane once.
Oh, yeah? How was that?
Awkward as hell. I boarded a plane. I was there with... well, yeah, I would never have done it. I was there with Milena, and Milena was like, hey, we're creators too. You know, and Melena's like very brave.
Oh, God. Yeah,
she's like, we're creators, blah, blah, blah.
Plus
and I was
she's
just
drunk because you're at an airport.
Yeah, because she's, yeah. If it were me, I would have never said anything, which is dumb. Of course. Like, Melena's smart for that. But yeah, it was just kind of awkward, and she definitely doesn't remember that. But, you know, it was cool. She looked pretty. Well,
it was funny because on Fear And, after Fear And was over, she was like, cutie, I have to talk to you. I have tea. And I was like, oh my God, she's my best friend. So she pulls me aside after Fear And we just goss for a second. And I'm like, great. It was awesome. I was like, she loves me. I have a new best friend. This is huge. And then she leaves. And then I actually got an update on the tea. So then I DM'd her and I was like,
no.
I was like, oh my God, I have to tell you, like, I have an update on so-and-so. Like, I got some more info. And she never replied. And I was like, I'm just going to kill myself respectfully. But... you know, she's busy and she's cool, and
yeah,
I don't reply to my friends, so why would she reply to me, who's a stranger?
I saw you did get a DM from a friend.
Oh my God.
Here's the thing. Can I very briefly, you guys know, I'm like 4 weeks no Twitter. I'm like 4 weeks sober from Twitter, right? I like without scrolling. But I check my notifications a couple times a day, and it doesn't take you immediately to the notification tab, right? It's on like your For You tab. So I see like 1 to 2 tweets every day. And that was the one that was there when I opened Twitter. It was Mr. Arther, which is crazy because he messaged me too. But actually, I didn't check. I don't think he has any DMs. Imagine I find that out right now.
That'd be so funny.
Explain what happened.
So Arther DMs me an Instagram reel, which is like a David Goggins video talking about how all women are bitches or something like that, which is like, fine, whatever, you know, like I love it.
Sure.
And so I get a message from
I can't. This actually makes me want to throw up. It's so bad. It's so bad. I can't believe you tweeted that.
Of course I did. He DMs me, and it's the first time he's DM'd me on Instagram, except for, you know, it shows this. It shows his last message.
From
and I'm like, when is that? 'Cause it
2019.
says 2019. And he says, yo, I don't really watch you too often, which I would love to get this in a German accent. Actually, what is he doing right now? Is he awake? What time is it in Germany? Well, I think it's late there. It's fine. I won't bother him.
Okay.
Yeah, I have two numbers. I have like his
producer could
American
say
number.
it in a German accent if you want the immersion.
I will not make our producer say that. Okay. Anyway.
I forgot the content. I'm sorry.
Oh, apparently he read it on stream today. Can you get us a clip? That would be huge.
Oh.
We need the German accent. Okay, he's gonna grab it. I'll read it so you can understand it.
Before you guys hear this message, I would like to remind everybody that I've been saying he's a weird bitch. Okay, I've been saying that since we did the first podcast episode with Arther. I was like, no, this guy's weird. This guy's weird. And then everyone was like, Maya, you're being so mean to him. He hasn't done anything. He's not weird. And I was like, I know. You guys just don't know yet. I just want to say that. Go ahead.
He said, yo, I don't really watch you too often, but have seen you on many different streams, and I must say you look really good.
Dude,
you're hot, but it's your personality and craziness that makes you a solid 10. You can't be everyone's cup of tea or cupcake, but at least you're a very unique cupcake.
Dude, it's so bad. It's so bad.
So funny. That's
so
funny.
bad.
It's funny because we always talk about this. We've always had like who slid on you. Like when we have like guests on, we'll be like, tell who's the most famous person that slid on you, who's the most famous person, you know, blah, blah, blah. And like, I've always said that I've never had someone slide on me because it's always been like viewers sending unsolicited dick pics. This is the first person, and it was Arther. And Ludwig's in Japan, so I can't even like tell him. Like,
I do
Arther
have a message from
5
Arther.
years ago.
I didn't see it. So yesterday he sent me a photo, and it's this guy with a dog, and I just replied, "Who is that?" Because I didn't know who it was. And he said, David Goggins, very motivational. Hope you're well.
Yeah, I don't know why he's listening to so much David Goggins. It's really bad. It's a pipeline to Andrew Tate. I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah, I don't know. I just said thank you. But in 2020, he replied to my story, and he said,
"That's what mine was."
I didn't know this, actually. I literally am just checking it, but it's not like yours. It says, "Aw, this reminds me of Mark Rober's new video, quote, building the new perfect squirrel-proof bird feeder, smiley face. I think you'd love to watch it on stream, smiley face." May 2020. Has a crush on us. And he infiltrated our podcast.
Well, I just went to go find his chat logs because I haven't checked these.
Wait, I haven't either. Okay.
On November 23rd, 2019, he said, "How am I not a follower? D." And then he proceeded to chat in my chat. Nothing flirty. Chat in my chat for a lot, kind of, actually, in 2019 and 2020.
So scared.
No flirting though. He didn't flirt. He didn't say I was pretty again, which actually kind of fucked up. Apparently I didn't. Apparently he wasn't trying too hard. Am I right?
Hello? He's been in here since 2019. He said, "Hey, Smile, it's the bird girl. Pog, I'd like to be mod instead. Smile. Where do I send my resume? Smile."
Wow. Okay.
He's just in my Peepo candles. He's just smiling with guitar.
Okay.
With a Foozly guitar emote.
We have it. Ready?
Yeah.
Yo, I don't really watch you too often, but I have seen you on many... Wait, actually, I had a German accent back then. Yo, I don't really watch you too often, but have seen you on many different streams. And I must say that you look really good. You're hot. But it's your personality and craziness that makes you a solid 10. You can't be everyone's cup of tea or cupcake, but at the very least, you're a very unique cup.
And his chat's turned it into a copy pasta and they're all just spamming it.
How does it make you feel?
I feel like he only said it once, and so clearly I've lost it. He only tried to hit on me one time in 2019. And that's it.
So you wish clearly, he continued to pursue
now he
you.
Now he thinks I'm ugly.
Wow.
Yeah.
2022, we got, is this all Maya does for content? 3 head. Oh yeah, your pants are ripped. Stare.
He's flirting with you.
I've been saying he's a weird bitch.
Well, I thought it was funny. And then his first response was he tagged Cinna and he said, he says, "What do I do with this?" And Cinna said, "Nah, bitch, you're on your own." Which was very funny.
That is very
funny. Which I finished watching Inside. If you haven't seen it on Netflix, it's so good.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
And then I DM'd Zerka from the Sidemen and I told him, I was like, "I love the show. It's incredible. I'm your biggest fan." And you know what? He's the most humble person in the world. He would not take any credit for like anything. He was just like, one of the things he said, he was like, "Hopefully us delivering a good product for platforms like Netflix means more opportunities arise for others." What a sweetie.
Really
Isn't that
sweet.
so nice?
It's a really nice thing to say.
Yeah, he was just, they're so nice. And I even said, I was like, "No one's doing it like you guys." And he's like, "No, there are people." Like, he was just so funny, which I'm just like, oh my gosh. Like, yeah, so they did a great job.
That's awesome.
With that.
So what is it like, what's the basis for the show? It's like an elimination show?
Wow. His excuse was it wasn't meant as flirting. It was probably a reply to a story where she was sad or in a bad mood and I wanted to brighten her day, which I did often back then.
Oh.
Okay.
How
so
about
he's calling me ugly again.
Own it.
Wow. Great. Huge. And to think I was going to propose. To think I was going to leave my wife and kids for him.
Horny little guy already.
God damn it. Fine. Whatever. Anyway, the premise is it's 10 people and they're like locked in a thing. They can't have their phones or whatever. They just have to hang out with each other. It actually seems pretty freaking boring a lot of the time for them. But you know, they all became friends and they have to like eliminate people and they do challenges. But the biggest thing is they have a budget. So they have $1 million that they start with in this house. But in order to get food, if you want a coffee, you have to buy it from the shop. But everything in the shop is ridiculous price. So a coffee is $3,000, right? Okay. But that $1 million is the prize pool for the winner at the end. So right. Exactly. So it's like there's this dynamic, and I would say there were not enough people. And this is what I told Zerka. I was like, there were not enough people lying, and there were not enough people like getting mad assholes. At spending. Yeah, that's what I said. I was like, I said this to Zerka. I was like, if you ever need an asshole, I'm your girl. I'll be there. I'll sign. I'll play the asshole. You need one. Yeah. So everyone was like incredibly kind on it, and it was really great. They definitely like some of the spending was insane, of course, but
Right.
Yeah. The winner, there was 3 winners at the end and they all split it.
So how do they eliminate them? Like based on who they like the least? Like what's the...
Well, kind of. Like sometimes like, I know. Well, the first elimination was like that. And then some was like, okay, you've spent the most. Or some was like, you're rich, you don't need the money. Some was like, I didn't know who else to eliminate. Some was like, they just didn't have as many. It was also kind of strange because there weren't a ton of alliances. And so sometimes people were eliminated just because they were like, there was just like 2 alliances and this one person was kind of like an outlier kind of. So some people were just like better friends with each other. And so it was really interesting, but there was no like true, like when you watch Survivor, you see a lot of like alliances and stuff like that. There wasn't a ton of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I need to watch it.
Yeah, it's really good. And Jason and Cinna and DDG, they do a really good job. And I just say that because they're the ones I know in the show.
Right.
But everyone, I mean, I ended up following like everybody who's on the show because it was just, they were so funny. They were so great. There's this girl named Farah who's on the show and everyone was like kind of mean to her at first. And it made me really sad. But she seems incredible. And she ended up being like my favorite person on the show. So
I don't
besides our friends, but yeah.
Right.
It was a good show.
Cool.
I really liked it. So, and they announced at the end that they're doing a US version. And I've already seen like speculations of who people think are going to be on it and all this stuff. So it's been kind of fun.
Spoiler,
I'm like super into it.
me.
I like love the show. Yeah. Spoiler. I'm not on it. Not on it.
No.
Yeah.
I would be really bad at a show like that. I can't lie. And it would...
I think I'd be eliminated pretty quickly.
It would make me really uncomfortable.
Because I would play the asshole, but I also think I would balance it well. Like I think I'd play the asshole, but you'd also like me. Maybe. Yeah. But maybe not.
Well,
who knows?
I would do really bad. I got a call from some phase boys yesterday.
For what? They want to rock again?
First of all, what is with Zoomers and FaceTiming instead of calling? I hate that they do that.
I think they just do it because stream.
I don't even know if they showed me on stream.
Oh.
But I feel like they just... And they've FaceTime me off stream too. Like instead of just like making a phone call. Yeah, I don't like it. I don't want to like hold my phone up and do that, whatever. Lacey FaceTimed me. This one actually makes sense. He FaceTimed me yesterday and they found a squirrel on the road.
Oh.
And it was lying there and in pretty sad shape. They gave it like a bowl of water that was like a bowl. Like the squirrel's like, it's alive, but it was like laying on the road and they had this like bowl of water that the squirrel just like could not get into.
Yeah.
But it was a nice thought. And they're like, what do we do? What do we do? I don't know if it got hit by a car or fell out of a tree or like what. So I gave them some numbers to call, by the way. If you guys ever find injured wildlife, your first move is to call a wildlife rehabilitator. And if you don't know how to do that, sure. We have on the Alveus website, there's like a found an animal feature and it has like a chat thing and it can take you through it. And there's also a link to like find a rehabber in your area. So I had his location, so I started sending him numbers to call. It's Sunday, so they're like all closed. And they're you know, for the most part doing their best. They did like play Playboy Cardi for the squirrel and like whatever, and I was like, guys, just leave it alone. But eventually they couldn't get anyone to come out there to help them because it was a Sunday. So I told them to just put it in a box and like keep it in a dark place overnight and then have someone bring it to a rehabber the next morning, which of course is this whole ordeal because they're like, yeah, how do we get it in the box? Get a shovel, get a like, how are we gonna get rabies? Which actually, apparently nobody has gotten rabies from a squirrel in the US, which I didn't know.
That's interesting.
Like, I think squirrels can technically contract rabies, but it's like super rare for a squirrel to have rabies. Fun fact for everybody. Regardless, you shouldn't get bit by a squirrel. It's not safe. So I was like, don't get bit. They got it in the box. I failed to tell them that they should close the box.
Oh.
Which I thought they would think of like on their own.
Yeah.
But they had a towel in the box. They like scooted the squirrel in there with a broom and then left the box just like open. And then the squirrel jumped out of the box and then like kind of like scooted away. It looked paralyzed, but it was like moving. And then it like crawled up into this tree area and I was like, guys, it has too much energy and it's too active. I don't want you to try to grab it because you're going to get bit. So just
or you're going to hurt it more.
You're going to hurt it or whatever. So just leave it alone. And so they finally left it alone. This was like a very long ordeal.
Of course. I imagine this was like 5 hours, 6 hours.
It took a really long time for them to figure out what to do with the squirrel. They were like, Adapt. Adapt is like the funniest face member.
Adapt is so funny. Yeah.
He's so funny. And he
has gotten the glow up he deserves. Like he just like, because I remember watching the subathon and I was like, why does Adapt have, like, I was get mad. I'd be like, why does Adapt have the lowest viewership? Like, come on, people, watch Adapt. And now Adapt's like had his little blow up and he's popping off and he deserves every second of it.
I think that like Adapt and Lacey especially were like really concerned about the squirrel's well-being. Like they didn't want to fuck with it or whatever.
Yeah, what about Ron?
But Adapt, Ron was there.
That's what I figured. Figured Ron was the least helpful.
He was there.
Yeah.
He was, he was like, let's put it out of its misery.
Yeah. Let me step on it.
Anyone have a dog,
Yeah.
He's joking.
Yeah.
But like,
yeah.
Was definitely like Lacey and Adapt actually, I think, felt really bad. And they were just like, oh my God, like, what do we do? But Adapt was so funny. Like, after the squirrel started moving, he was like, wait, y'all, did we just fuck up its vibe? Like, was it trying to like sunbathe? And I was like, no. It's like very obviously injured. But once it started moving, he was like, wait, shit, I think it was trying to kick back. I was just like, no, it was not.
That's
so
incredible.
It went up into the woods and I was like, okay, just leave it. It's not safe to try to catch it for you guys. Come back, check on it later. Lacey ordered DoorDash at like 4:45, and then they went out to check on it at like 4:52 or something, and it was, I think his DoorDash driver hit it. Yeah, it was run over.
Oh, that is so sad. Like, unironically, if I was on my period right now, I'd be crying.
My genuine reaction is like, that squirrel was not going to make it. I think it's better that it died that way because it's a kind of a quick thing as opposed to it just like being in a lot of pain because it had like a leg injury and just like perishing because it couldn't find enough food. So in that respect, like I think that it's for the best. And I stand by, I don't think that they should have tried to catch it. I think someone would have gotten bit and I think it would have been dangerous and they're just like not equipped to do that. So, I think that they did what they could, but
it's so sad.
It was
sad.
It was a really sad ending.
I was hoping that you were going to say that like they went outside and it was gone and now it's living a happy life.
It could have been a different squirrel, I suppose. But I think it was the same one.
That is so sad.
So anyway, if you guys find injured wildlife or baby wildlife or whatever, call a wildlife rehab center. The dream is that it's not a Sunday and somebody's open. And
I didn't
the dream
need
is
to hear
they'll come
this on
pick
my
it
drive
up.
to work. You bitch! You ruined
Sorry.
my day. How am I supposed to clock in?
I'm sorry, guys. But yeah, call a wildlife rehabber. Sometimes you'll have to bring it to the rehabber, but they'll give you instructions on like how to pick it up and what to put it in and whatever. Or sometimes if you're really lucky, they'll come get it and you just have to stay with it until they come. But yeah, that's the story of the squirrel.
I have bad news.
What?
Well, you know this, but on The Sims, you got pregnant by Ron.
Did it work?
You could not get an abortion. It was too late. What's crazier on The Sims, I don't know what's going on. I'm sorry. Well, we gave it to Ron. The Faye's house has custody.
That's worse. No offense. That's worse. I would rather have it.
Well, I know, but here's the deal.
Give me my baby.
No. So the girly pop house, we have Tamika, which she got named that without, I was gone. Tamika is Cinna and Ron's first child. She's a cute little baby girl. Your baby ended up being a boy. Ew, yuck.
Yeah, gross.
So Ron Jr. is your baby.
Come on. Are you serious? It was named that?
No.
You named it that?
Yeah.
After I said number 1, I didn't want a baby with him, and number 2, I wanted it aborted. Your name was Ron Jr., and then you gave it to him.
He looked like Ron. Well, because at the same time, unbeknownst to me, he also got Cinna pregnant again. And Cinna gave
Tunnel
birth to
twins.
another boy baby whose name was Dwayne. I did not name him Dwayne. So Dwayne sucks. I was like, we can't have Dwayne in the girly pop house. And like the girls have started liking Tamika. So we kept Tamika and we gave the Faye's house both the boy babies.
It'll be, at least they'll have each other to survive.
But then get this. I go, Squeaks is in chat. I'm like, Squeaks, let's take your sim on a date because he's lonely and sad and balding. So Squeaks ends up going on a date with Sweet Anita. It goes horribly. He ends up flirting with a masseuse. It's a whole thing. And then I'm like, okay, that was horrible. Bye, Squeaks. I'm going back to the girly pop house. I go back to the girly pop house and Cinna's fucking pregnant again with Ron's baby.
Oh my God.
It would be her third baby with
wazoo.
It'd be her third baby with Ron and then Ron's fourth baby overall, but we did abort it. She wanted to abort the first one, but I couldn't I didn't get there in time. And then the second one I didn't ask. And then so the third one I decided to abort for her, but I was pretty sad after it because I thought maybe it could have been Tamika's sister and the Faye's house could have had all the kids and it would have been great. But aborted it. It's gone.
Fertile
it's gone.
Cinna.
Yes.
Congratulations
crazy.
to her
Yeah,
and me.
Cinna and Ron, they will not stop having sex.
Ew, okay.
They won't.
Crazy.
I don't know why.
For the record, I did not have sex with Ron to have his baby.
You woohooed.
No. It was...
Well, how did...
He was a sperm donor.
Okay.
And it was
fine.
non-invasive and not intimate.
So, Lily Pichu is pregnant with Michael.
Oh my God.
I know, kind of cute.
That's crazy, actually.
Connor Eats Pants might be pregnant with Saikuno. We're not
That's
sure.
not
It was really weird.
possible.
But Connor Eats Pants is also a werewolf.
Okay.
And then Valkyrie, we spun a wheel and she had to go beat up XQC. So she went and beat the shit out of XQC and then they immediately woohooed and she got pregnant with XQC's baby.
Ew, freaky.
I know. For the record, I don't choose when they woohoo. I have never once forced someone to woohoo. They just do it autonomously and then they get pregnant and then I'm like, oops.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is a lot of drama.
Sims has been crazy. Lots of drama, lots of fun. And then I decided eventually all the Sims will die and we'll only have their kids in the neighborhood and it'll kind of be cool.
Yeah, cute.
Yeah, kind of fun.
Generational.
I went on
run.
a date with Doug. It went horrible. And then Pokey
Editor,
went on a
feel
date
free
with
to
Doug
take
and it went
just
great.
clips like from this segment. Just post them and see what happens.
Yeah.
It's fine.
People will
with
be
us.
really confused.
Yeah. I'm sorry that your date with Doug didn't go well. I love that guy.
He's okay. Fan went on a date with Germa. That went really bad.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
She probably said something crazy about her vagina and it made him uncomfortable.
Yeah. So I've been loving The Sims. I was going to work on a bunch of mods and stuff today, but I can't have that much screen time. So sadly, I can't do it.
Boo.
I know.
That's stupid.
It's a bit of a bummer.
All right. Well, we have I have things that I want to review on the Patreon. I've been waiting to review them and I have avoided all of it so that we can do our live raw reactions over there.
Okay, huge.
Yeah. So you guys have to go to the Patreon to find out what I'm excited about.
Well, thank you guys for watching and we'll see you next week.
Thank you for watching. Thank you for subbing. Goodbye.